If this is a great place to live, it will be a great place to visit, and not the other way around. I think we all kind of crave purpose in our lives. And a big part of our purpose is now really embracing sustainability. 2025 marks our 35th year of doing business in the Valley as the Napa Valley Wine Train. 35 years in this restaurant on wheels business. We're very blessed that we have a food program that produces from scratch daily. And as a result of that, those scraps that we can't serve to our guests go into compost bins instead of landfill.
For a sustainability perspective, scratch cooking is very important because you're from the get-go, you're going to be responsible of that product throughout its whole life cycle. You will be responsible to using the whole product versus receiving something portioned or pre-made, adding emissions, adding transportation to get that product over here when you could do it yourself.
Yeah, the Napa Valley Wine Train has since 1989 taken 3.2 million people off of our roads and into our carriages. That congestion on the roads is felt at every other wine-making destination, every other vineyard town, because they don't have a wine train. With the acquisition of our 1864 locomotive, named after the start of our Napa Valley Railroad in 1864, that locomotive is a beast. It's the cleanest brake horsepower locomotive in its class in the world. There's those moments where you see the old locomotives and you see that traditional puff of smoke coming out of the smokestack, and in this locomotive, that just doesn't exist. If you measure the particulate matter coming out of the locomotive, if you round down, it's 0 particulate matter escaping that stack due to the efficiency that's built into the unit.
And when people think of sustainable, they think, oh, what are you doing with your waste? No food goes to waste, and we try to maximize all of its usage as possible. Our vegetable trims, our beef trims, our protein trims goes into a stock at the end of the day. Our oil, we're recycling our used fryer oil for it to turn into biodiesel.
As that train rolls past, if you take a look at the wheel sets, the wine train of 3.5 years ago was largely friction bearing, which were journal boxes that would be literally filled with oil, sloshing around, and potentially some going out as we move our way through our right-of-way. Not the cleanest and greenest way to approach things. And so part of the investment that we've made into the train is to convert to roller bearings that are fully enclosed, encased, ones that we don't have to ever open to add more oil. We think that it makes a difference because our neighbors, our partners that live all up and down the valley don't have to experience that. But it just means that too, we have to rely less on fossil fuels to be able to operate our business.
One of the beautiful things about being sustainable is also where we are procuring these ingredients. One of the experiences does contain caviar. We are partnering up with Star Nikolai out in the Delta. They're sustainably farming caviar, really, really beautiful quality. All our seafood that we do get in, it's sustainably farmed as well. That's amazing that we have those partnerships. It's not only about waste, it's also about being responsible.
We do all of the work along our track also, from the bridges to the crossings. We swing the hammers, we sing the songs, we pound the nails to keep this right-of-way together. And we've invested really heavily over the past couple of years in a lot of our main crossings throughout the valley. Oakville, Trancas, Trower. As much as being a train, and our train going through crossings and the crossing guards coming down and stopping traffic for a moment is a part of what we do, we want to have that be as minimally impactful as possible.
So it's just thinking about how can we do that with every product that we get possible. For example, this pork belly that I'm working on, the braising liquid turns into the pork jus. It's a delicious pork jus scented with star anise. And ultimately, whatever does not go to the customer ends up going for our staff meal. In this case, what we're going to do is basically we're going to go ahead and do staff carnitas. It's a win-win.
The Noble House Hotels and Resorts organization don't have any plans to sell. And as a result of that, they want to make this business the pride and jewel of their portfolio of hotels and resorts around the nation. And if it's not at its top of class, then they are not going to be proud of it. We do have the blessing of support and our own team's energy and enthusiasm for pursuing sustainably minded actions and efforts to help us in the future. Not only for our own selfish benefits of saving money because not paying for gas is better than paying for gas, but also because we live here. Our kids are growing up here. We want this place to be beautiful and clean for them to enjoy.